Most people talk about agents like they're replacing businesses, and I strongly disagree with that. I think agent harnesses are the future, and everybody should be doing everything in their power to learn how to utilize them, how to make them better, and how to honestly learn to strap them to any type of business model for their endeavors that they have. I'm under the assumption that adding agents to anything you do is going to make that action much more powerful. If you add agents to your leads, to your inbox, to your research, to approvals, to your handoffs, shoot, if you add it to your personal meal preps that you do on Sundays, you will get better outputs. Because the goal is not one magic agent that just does everything for you. It's adding agents into workflows that are already good and already working for your business or your personal life. So I'm a big component of using Hermes Agent. It's by far my favorite harness. I've been using it since the start. It's very good, but to break down what a harness is, because this might be going over people's heads, it is simply a series of events that an agent, think of an agent as not a chatbot per se, but the knowledge and intelligence of an LLM inside of an agent, or you can use like an employee. What an agent harness does is this process right here. Okay, so it's going to capture what we are trying to do here. So this could be reading your inbox. Okay, so we tell it through a loop to read the inbox. It's then going to go and actually do the work necessary to read the inbox. It's then going to route whatever is possible on it. So sometimes it needs to route things to us like, hey, I drafted up this email to this customer. Do you like this? We review, we give either a hard no or a hard yes, and then it proves it by posting it in a log, which is an important piece. And this loop works because if it reads an email that it read yesterday and it can't remember, obviously, if it sent an email to them, it can go back right here to the receipts, see what was done yesterday, and then it knows, okay, we did reply to this. And that's the loop essentially, but you need to make sure this is structured appropriately. If any of these steps break, well, your loop is broken. We sell this service into other businesses because we believe agent harnesses can be used in any business model out there. I truly believe that. It can enhance anything with efficiency if you know how to prompt it. And that's why I think it's very critical that every young person, if you're young watching this, you learn how to master agent harnesses because it will accelerate your career 10x. But I don't want my agent to just be a chatbot. Anyone can go with a subscription to ChatGPT, Claude, and start utilizing it for what they think is so magnificent. Yes, that is a couple years behind us at this point. It's using that knowledge from those LLMs, strapping them to a harness, into workflows, into the tools that we use in our day-to-day. Slack, your emails, Excel sheets, etc., and use it like that. I believe agent harnesses are going to be the future where everyone gets so comfortable utilizing them that using the actual software tools front end, so the familiarity of going into Gmail, the familiarity of going into like Salesforce or HubSpot, won't be as frequent because it will just be a portion of these loops in the harness that actually the agents will be going in and utilizing. That's why a lot of these tools are adding their own MCP servers to let harnesses in and give access to it. And those are the ones that are getting ahead of the curve fast. In our OS, which we have coined the term the skeleton, we believe it is the structure of folders with the correct readmes and directories all inside to kind of connect everything as like a hive mind. That can work for any business model for the most part. There's some customability we have to do for certain clients, but we believe our skills has led us to developing that to be successful for clients. Now, the thing is, an OS with an agent harness without workflows is just an OS that is gathering intel, gathering knowledge on your brand, your business, but it's not doing anything. Workflows are the action items in these, and that's what makes agent harnesses shine. Yes, you need all the proper context, the proper SOPs, whatever you need to teach it about your business and how you guys operate, but the workflow is where it takes that context and actions on it. And that's what we do here in our OS stack. We have what's called work enters. It's forms, leads, asks, intels, things that come in on a regular basis. Then it gets used in a workflow. Let's just use this as an example. This is our agency that we run, and if somebody comes in, they're interested, they fill out our form, then what? Where does this go in our workflow? Well, I'll show you. The workflow we have for lead gen is pretty simple. It sees that intake form that came in. It then puts it into our CRM, which we had to connect into the workflow, and then it grades it based on their message. Now, the grading portion is really hard to do. Some people are very vague, generic, and some people are very specific in their needs, and that gives a higher quality score for my co-founder and I to review all the leads. And then that same workflow, it's gonna come and ask my co-founder and I, hey, these are the 3 people that filled out forms. 2 of them I feel like is good, 1 I feel like is spam, but the 2 I already gave draft responses. Do you like them? And we have to approve it, we have to edit it, or we reject it altogether because we think it's spam or whatever the case. And then the workflow is going to continue now that it got our approval, and it's going to create the action item by sending an outbound email from our email system. It's going to log in the CRM what was done, where the latest portion of it is, and then it's going to leave a receipt, which we have all of our receipts layered into the workflow folder on our skeleton. So if you can see why an agent harness is powerful, this is it right here. Yes, there's 2 functionalities in an OS. You have the workflows, which are the actions, and the context, which is everything else. The context portion really is the hardest part to build, in my opinion, because you need to organize things so the workflows know when they need certain pieces of context, they know where to go and grab it. But when you have those 2 with high synergy working, with no clutter, with really good labeled MD files to really structure the entire OS, you will see the power of an agent harness, especially if you're using a top-end LLM like Fable 5. I've strapped Fable 5 to this harness, and yes, it's very expensive, but yes, it was the most mind-blowing thing I've ever seen. I think there's a lot of people out there talking about Fable 5. Some people say it's overhyped. Some people are saying it's just as good as they say it is. I've used it in agent harness. It's spectacular. The cost, though, not really affordable. Clearly, I believe agent harnesses are the absolute future to all things that businesses are going to operate. And as of right now, if this is the worst they're going to be, I'm floored. I actually have the same agent harness that I am implementing into brands that I operate with my brand right here. Now, a lot of times my days consist of getting on and approving things. And the fact that I can do a lot of this even from my remote phone because I'm just hooking up Discord and I'm just simply approving things, asking it feedback, asking it questions, and a lot of it is just working as if it's an employee is crazy. I'm not going to sit here and say AI is replacing people, AI is going to create a employee problem down the road. I think there's some truth to that personally, but not to the extreme that I've seen with others. This does remind me of the dot-com bubble. There was a lot of fear-mongering of how the internet was going to operate when it first came out and how it could be very treacherous and things. And honestly, if you look at the internet, there's some great things about the internet and there's some really bad things about the internet. And I think that's just how these big revolutionary type of solutions coming into our life are. And AI is one of them. If you strap yourself to learning and really diving deep into the power it can utilize with your intelligence, your creativity put into an agent harness, you will flourish so much more if you didn't have that agent harness. That's how powerful these things are at this early in the stage. I think these harnesses eventually are going to expand to much more than just this interface here in a computer. I believe they can be home agent harnesses where they're triggering things across the home, your AC, triggering off the vacuum to go for you, triggering off opening the door for your dog to go. I don't know, but that really does sound very Jarvis-like for Iron Man. But I've seen what it can do here in a business model with the internet, with MCPs, with APIs, and I can only imagine when it leaves this computer asset, how it's going to be controlled. If you own a business and you want to implement even a simple portion or some simple workflows into your business model, please hit the link in the bio or go to our website, commonhouse.ai. I'm more than happy to at least have a demo call and kind of express what this would do for your business, how it would work, and then how we would implement it. With what we have done already for other businesses and what we've done for ourselves, to me is just fascinating, and this is only going to grow and get better over time. It is such exciting times to live in. So if you're watching this video and you don't even know where to begin, please let me know in the comments below, because I don't know where most of my viewers are on the stage of the game when it comes to AI agents and harnesses. I don't know if people are a little bit more advanced. I know sometimes my videos are a little bit for those advanced people, but I'm happy to make some introductory videos of some very basic things of just getting started and how to utilize them, from simple workflows all the way to advanced workflows. please let me know. It helps a lot. And also, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It goes a long way for the algorithm. And if you want more content like this, just subscribe. It's as simple as that. I don't believe there's a lot of people out there that are building agent harnesses for businesses. There are people doing it for coding perspectives, but I really feel we have the edge of utilizing this fantastic tool to operate a universal style of workflows for all ranges of any business. Once again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.